Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Just a friendly reminder, please turn your cell phones and other electronic devices to silent, if you would, please. Family members, friends and guests, welcome to the 2023 University of Wyoming Spring Commencement Ceremony. Founded in 1886 as a Morrow Act land-grant institution, while Wyoming was still a territory, the University of Wyoming serves as a statewide resource for higher education of the highest quality, rigorous scholarship, technology transfer, economic and community development, and responsible stewardship of our cultural, historical, and natural resources. Today's graduates represent a broad range of academic disciplines born from those traditions and ideals. Ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of Interim Dean Scott Turpin, please welcome candidates for graduation from the College of Arts and Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of Dean Scott Thomas, please welcome candidates for graduation from the College of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of Dean John Kaprowski, please welcome candidates for graduation from the Haub School of Environment and Natural Resources. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honors College is represented by Dean Peter Parolin. Honor Scholars are intellectually curious and academically accomplished students from all majors at the university. These students are graduating with their respective colleges and schools. Under the leadership of Dr. Kevin Carman, Provost and Executive Vice President, as well as Dr. Stephen Barrett, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education, please welcome candidates for graduation from the Office of Academic Affairs. Under the leadership of Provost Kevin Carman, the university faculty are led in by faculty marshals today. Dan McCoy, Outdoor Recreation and Tourism. Tiger Robinson, Music Education. Christy Thompson, College of Education. Under the leadership of President Edward Seidel, the stage party is led by Honorary Marshals Leah Hardy, Professor of Visual and Literary Arts, along with Linda Hutchinson, Associate Professor of Mathematics Education, in recognition of their distinguished service to the university. The University Mace, which is being carried in by Leah Hardy and will be carried out by Dr. Linda Hutchinson, is a symbol of presidential leadership and authority. It's crowned with a cap of flames, signifying knowledge and enlightenment. Congrats, Paul. President Seidel, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, administrative leadership, members of the faculty, graduates, family, and friends, the 2023 University of Wyoming Spring Commencement Ceremony will now be in order. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able to do so, please stand for the presentation of the colors by the University of Wyoming Army ROTC and the playing of our national anthem by the Wyoming Wind Symphony. You may be seated. I understand now why we have 3 ceremonies today. This is quite a gathering. And it is my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the University of Wyoming, Dr. Edward Seidel.
Good morning. Good morning. What a great day we have today. Welcome to the University of Wyoming's 2023 Spring Commencement Ceremonies. We are so pleased that you could all be with us, and what a crowd we have today. This celebration is the culmination of years of hard work and great performance by our students. Educating students at the undergraduate and graduate levels is at the core of our mission as a land-grant and flagship university. We prepare tomorrow's leaders, and today we launch a very strong cohort of graduates who have a very bright future. Congratulations, graduates. We're proud of you, and we wish you all the success in the world. I would now like to welcome to the stage Dr. Kevin Carmen, Provost and Executive Vice President, to introduce our honorary marshals.
Thank you, President Seidel, and good morning, graduates, families, trustees, faculty, staff, and guests. As Provost, I'm honored to have the opportunity to reflect on the role that our faculty play in our world. I'd like to recognize our honorary marshals, campus leaders whose daily work inspires all of us to move this institution toward greater excellence. Leading the stage party today and carrying our university mace, honorary marshals are customarily senior faculty with exceptional careers, named in recognition of their distinguished service to the University of Wyoming. They've devoted their professional lives and extraordinary talents to the advancement of their disciplines and to their students' intellectual growth, and I'm honored to introduce them today. First, Leah Hardy, MFA professor of Visual and Literary Arts. Leah Hardy completed her BFA in art at the University of Kansas, go Jayhawks, in 1987 and earned her MFA from the University of Indiana Bloomington in 1990. Having taught art at the University of Wyoming since 2001, Hardy heads the metalsmithing program, which she established in 2009. She has conducted research in North India on metalsmithing techniques and has co-taught an international course for UW art students in India. Exhibited nationally and internationally, Hardy's intimately scaled mixed media sculpture has garnered numerous awards and inclusion in books, periodicals, juried and invitational exhibitions, as well as residencies in Australia, New Zealand, China, and India. Hardy's artwork is in public and private collections in the US, China, Czech Republic, New Zealand, Australia, Europe, and India. Hardy was one of 5 finalists for the 2024 Women to Watch International Exhibition at the National Museum for Women in the Arts in Washington, D.C. Congratulations, Professor Hardy. Next, let me introduce Linda Hutchinson. She's an associate professor in mathematics education. Mathematics education has been the focus of Linda Hutchinson's career. She began as a high school mathematics teacher in California before she moved on to doctoral studies in mathematics education at the University of Washington. Since arriving at the University of Wyoming in 1992, Hutchinson's teaching and research has emphasized mathematics teaching and education methods. She has received more than $4.5 million in grants to support this work with Wyoming teachers. She has chaired 18 doctoral committees as well as numerous master's degrees in mathematics education. Hutchinson served as secondary education department head in the College of Education from 2001 to 2011, and as the Lance Distinguished Chair from 2017 to 2019. She worked on mathematical literacy with in-service teachers, and she has received the College of Education Outstanding Teaching, Outstanding Advising, and Outstanding Service to the Profession Awards. However, she is most proud of her many students who teach secondary mathematics in Wyoming and in the surrounding region. Congratulations, Professor Hutchinson. Both of our outstanding faculty today have demonstrated a commitment to the university and our students that extends well beyond the classroom and scholarly activities. I want to thank you again for all that you do and continue to do to serve our great university. Congratulations. President Seidel will now return to the podium for some special introductions.
I am pleased to have John McKinley, the chair of our Board of Trustees from Cheyenne, Wyoming, here, and Trustee Jim Mathis of Wheatland, Wyoming, here with us today. I'd also like to recognize other members of the Board of Trustees and thank them for their exemplary leadership. Other members of the Board of Trustees include Kermit Brown, Vice Chairman from Laramie, Michelle Sullivan, Treasurer of the Board from Sheridan, Laura Schmidt-Pizzato, Secretary of the Board from Rock Springs, and the rest of the board membership, David Fall from Gillette, Brad Bonner from Cody, Elizabeth Greenwood from Pinedale, Brad LaCroix from Newcastle, Carol Linton from Jackson, Macy Moore from Douglas, and Dave True from Casper. It's now my pleasure to recognize those in the stage party who will not be introduced later in the program. I ask that they stand for introduction and that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education, Dr. Stephen Barrett. I did this the other night and I didn't listen to my own instructions on this. Superintendent of Public Instruction, Megan Dagenfelder. And today's name readers, Ann Alexander, Vice President for Strategic Planning and Initiatives, and Mandy Gifford, Chief of Staff to the Provost. The Wyoming Wind Symphony, directed by Dr. Joe Carver. And finally, the announcer for this morning's ceremony from Wyoming Public Media, Patrick Gabriel. Please join me now in giving them a round of applause. Now, I would also like to thank our faculty for the excellent education they have provided to our students. Faculty, would you please stand so we can thank you for the integral and amazing role you've played in these graduates' lives. Please be seated. Finally, I would like to give special recognition to the families, friends, and loved ones of today's graduates who provided so much support and encouragement and in so many ways. Graduates, would you please stand, look around, and find your loved ones, and join me in giving them a round of applause for their support. And now, to recognize our honor students, Provost Carmen will return to the podium.
Students who graduate from UW with honor societies are among our most academically persistent, gifted, and adventurous students. Not only do they earn high marks in their coursework, but they often have added much more to their academic plate by stepping forward to take advantage of study abroad opportunities, participating in rich and meaningful internships, holding leadership positions in student organizations, and working to serve their communities. They exemplify all that is best in UW students and their ambitions for the future. If you are graduating with academic honors, summa cum laude, magna cum laude, or cum laude, please rise so we can congratulate you on this achievement. Thank you. You'll notice that some of these students will be rising more than once. If you are a member of Phi Beta Kappa, Phi Kappa Phi, a college or department-specific honor society, please stand up so we can recognize your accomplishments. Thank you. Finally, I would like to welcome to the stage Dr. Peter Parolin, Dean of the Honors College.
Graduates from the Honors College complete a rigorous interdisciplinary course of study, produce a significant independent research or creative capstone project, and receive a minor in honors on their transcript. Extensive opportunities for experiential learning, financially supported internships, and study abroad round out the Honors College experience. Throughout our graduation program, the symbol plus before a student's name indicates Honors College and signifies graduates who have accomplished all the requirements for the honors minor. Would all the graduates from the Honors College, of whom we are so proud, please stand so we can recognize your accomplishments. Now I welcome President Seidel back to the podium to bestow upon a special guest the highest honor UW can award, that of an honorary degree.
The recipient of an honorary degree exemplifies the values of excellence, service, and integrity, possesses distinguished accomplishments in their profession, public service, or service to humanity. It is my honor to bestow an honorary degree, the highest award the university can offer, to Paul Glenn Street. This is the most difficult part. Paul is a highly respected mathematics teacher at Laramie High School. A national board-certified teacher, he is regarded as an inspirational teacher, mentor, department head, coach, and multicultural educator by students, teachers, and administrators throughout the state of Wyoming. He earned a BA summa cum laude in mathematics from Macalester College in St. Paul, Minnesota, and an MS in mathematics from the University of Wyoming. Paul has worked in Wyoming as a mathematics instructor for 43 years, the last 39 at Laramie High School. He has dedicated his career to improving the lives of Wyoming students and has received national recognition for his outstanding work. He was awarded the Arch Cole Achievement Award in 2013 and the U.S. Presidential Scholars Program Distinguished Teacher Award in 2015 and in 2022. He's also received numerous other awards, including the L. Bogan Meritorious Classroom Teaching Award, Laramie High School Teacher of the Year, and the Wyoming Education Association Harriet Byrd Award for promoting multiculturalism, collaboration, and harmony among diverse groups. He currently teaches pre-calculus, AP Calculus AB, AP Calculus BC. He served as an AP Calculus reader, scoring students' AP Calculus exams during the summer for 7 years. He's also served on the Wyoming Excellence in Mathematics Endowed Chair Search Committee at the University of Wyoming. Paul has also made numerous contributions throughout his life to make Wyoming a great place to educate our children. Paul, for your many contributions, the University of Wyoming is honored to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Paul is being hooded today by Chairman McKinley and Provost Carmen. So let's welcome him and have a round of applause.
Good morning. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you, President Seidel, the committee, and the University of Wyoming for this terrific honor. This is truly beyond my wildest dreams. After learning I would have an opportunity to address you today, I have reflected on why I decided to become a teacher and the 43-year journey that led me to this place. there are some pivotal experiences and relationships that have shaped my evolution as a teacher. From the words and examples of my parents, I learned the importance of a value-driven life, that choosing a career can be about more than merely earning a living, but also about helping other people and trying to make the world a better place. When I was growing up, my younger brother would sometimes invite his friends over to do math homework, and I would help them as we sat around our dining room table. It made me feel good to be able to help them, and when I considered what path I would pursue in college, I remembered those feelings. I have another brother who is a year older than I. He was that kid who got picked on in elementary school and junior high. Seeing firsthand the trauma, pain, and suffering he experienced growing up as a victim of bullying made a lasting impression on me. As a teacher, I have tried to be alert to subtle and overt signs of a student being taunted or intimidated. I know that a teacher who is an ally or advocate can make a huge difference. I try to look for students who never speak in class, or don't engage, or seem isolated or awkward, or are somehow different than the majority of the class, and I make a special effort to interact with them, engage them, and get to know them. Later, I married a Black woman and immediately became a parent to 2 Black children. They have enriched my life in countless ways. They have also been my greatest teachers. Witnessing my children's experiences going through public schools and navigating the world at large, and some of my wife's experiences in graduate school, have opened my eyes to slights, unfair treatment, and obstacles and challenges that I never encountered and that I probably could not have fully appreciated or understood without living through it with them. In 1996, I attended a workshop led by Eric Larson, one of the co-founders of the Discovery Program and a longtime teacher at Centennial High School in Fort Collins. It profoundly changed the way I try to establish culture in my classroom and helped me to better articulate and implement my personal values into my teaching. The mantra that we repeated over and over again in the workshop, and that I have come to embrace as my own, is that as teachers, we must create a classroom environment where it is safe to take a risk for the sake of learning. Safe to take a risk for the sake of learning. That means that a student must know and feel that it is okay to not know the answer to a question, that it is okay to ask for help, that it is okay to be wrong or to change their mind about their answer or their strategy, and know that they will not be put down, made fun of, or called stupid. My goal, my responsibility as a teacher, is to create an environment that is nurturing, where every student feels welcomed and valued. Each of you has been a student, and each of you can understand, especially in these days and times, that we all need to become allies and advocates for classrooms and schools that are physically and emotionally safe for all students. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. We greatly appreciate the thoughts you've shared, and it is truly our honor to have you among us today. Thank you. It is now my great privilege to introduce our keynote speaker for this morning's ceremony. Mandy Fable received an MBA from the University of Wyoming and currently serves on the UW College of Business Advisory Board. Mandy is Executive Director of Leadership Wyoming, a notable leadership development organization supporting Wyoming's leaders, and I had the privilege to go through that program myself on my way in here. Thank you, Mandy, for that. Mandy's love of outdoor adventure includes being married on top of Pingora Peak in the Wind River Mountains. Have any of you ever seen that? You have to watch the video. You can find it on YouTube. It is unbelievable. And spending winter weekends chasing fresh snow to ride her snowmobile. Mandy and her husband live in Lander and feel extremely grateful for the opportunity to call Wyoming home. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Mandy Fable.
Good morning, everyone. I am humbled and honored to share a few reflections with today's graduates and the family, friends, and faculty here in support. I must confess to you, I was a little bit surprised when President Seidel gave me a call asking me to serve as the commencement speaker. I'm not famous, wealthy, wildly successful, at least not by any objective measure. If life is a marathon, I have a long way to go to get to any finish line of note. Actually, let's run with that metaphor for just a second. Imagine you're all standing on the start of a marathon course. Out of nowhere, a few racers run by who are already sweaty and out of breath. The announcer says over the microphone, "These runners have completed their first lap and have 3 remaining." That's me. I'm the sweaty, out-of-breath person who has 1 lap down and a lot to go. I look at all of you out there today with a bit of envy over your fresh legs and spirits full of eagerness and anticipation. But I suppose you might look at me with a little bit of envy for having the uncertainty of that first lap of life behind me. So let's run together for a few short minutes. I could use some of your energy, and I can tell you a little bit about what the course looks like from my perspective. So here we go. 5 life lessons for the miles ahead. Lesson number 1, every phase in life is short, even the good ones. Whether the past few years have been the best years of your life, or you cannot wait to run across this stage and declare them complete, today is a stark reminder, all moments are fleeting. There is no 1.5 speed to hurry through the challenging parts, or a 0.5 speed to slow down the best of days. And I know you did that on some of your lectures, the 1.5 speed. In my own journey, I have yet to find the perfect equilibrium of time, money, relationships, growth, and meaning. But what I have learned is I'm a lot happier when I focus on what I'm grateful for within each chapter instead of what's missing or challenging. When you know life's phases are short, you can more readily soak up the joy and endure the trials. Lesson number 2, create your own magic. Any long-distance runner will tell you that in a race that covers many miles, the aid stations are never where you want them to be. You may pass by one thinking, I don't need water or extra Gatorade, only to realize a mile later you really could have used to pick me up. This is perhaps also one of the harshest realities of the course of life. People are so caught up in their own chaos, sometimes it's left to you to create your own spark or magic. To turn these feelings of exhaustion and anxiety into feelings of excitement and action. One way to do that is to have some sort of ritual that feels extra special. It could be a place you go, a person you call, a piece of jewelry you wear. My own personal recommendation is to put a scoop of vanilla ice cream in your morning coffee, when it matters most. It's a small thing, but it feels a little bit like magic, and it can go a long way. And once you master the art of creating your own magic, you can start finding ways to create magic for others who might need it. Lesson number 3, look where you want to go, not where you don't want to go. As President Seidel mentioned, I enjoy riding snowmobiles and dirt bikes, and this is one of the very first lessons you learn in these fast-paced sports. Look where you want to go. If you're riding snowmobiles and there's a tree around and you look at it, it's a surefire way to head straight towards that tree. I have many bumpers to prove this fact. Instead, you have to look where you want to go, away from the tree or the obstacle. And life is like this too. When I was applying for this current job, several trusted people told me I was too young and inexperienced for such a high visibility and influential job. At first, these comments really got under my skin. What do they know about me anyway? And how do they know what's best for the organization? Slowly, my frustration turned into a more honest look at the dissenting comments. This was a job leading leaders. Of course, I looked young. And maybe there were a few things I still needed to learn along the way. Slowly, had I chosen to stay focused on my frustration over these people or comments, I would have been setting a course straight towards an unmovable tree. Instead, I got curious and took time to learn from them. This informed my application, my interview, and even the way I do the job today. What I have learned is that behind most dissenting comments are insecurities, sometimes our own, sometimes those of others. But staying curious and looking where you want to go is the best way to stay on pace in this course of life. Lesson number 4. Learn from failure. Okay, we're gonna mix things up a little bit, and this is an audience participation point. You fancy people too, okay? So I'm going to give you 3 options about stories of failure, and you're going to vote on which one that you're most interested in. So I'll tell you them all, then you can vote. A story about me getting 6 teenagers lost in the mountains for several days. B, a story about me wearing a blow-up unicorn suit and getting in a fight with an Easter bunny. Or C, the time I almost got fired for losing a llama. It's like a lost and animal theme kind of among these. Okay, so you're going to vote. You guys ready? So A is lost teenagers. Okay, that's pretty good. B, unicorn Easter bunny fight. I know, that is a good one. Or C, losing a llama in the mountains. A few people. Okay, so unfortunately, the Easter bunny unicorn fight is a very long and complicated story, and we're already behind schedule. So you're gonna have to find me later over a beer to hear the full story. But here's my take on failure to all of you graduates. It will happen, and when it does, you will either have the tools you need to recover and move on, or you'll acquire them in the process. In this way, failure is not to be feared, because it is either a test of your skills or an opportunity to gain new ones. The most important thing is that you don't give up. In the words of an old Clint Eastwood film, endeavor to persevere. Okay, lesson 5, last one. Don't invite anyone to your wedding. I can see moms like hackles on their necks going up. Okay, I'll rename it. Lesson number 5, authenticity is compelling. As President Seidel mentioned, my husband and I got married on top of Pingora Peak in the Wind River Mountains. To get there, we rode our bicycles 12 miles from Lander up Sinks Canyon. We hiked in 26 miles to the Cirque of the Towers, slept a few hours, and climbed to the top of a 5'9" grade 4 rock climb, which is like kind of hard, but you can do it in one day. We arrived at the top happy and exhausted. I put on an $8 white dress I had found at a thrift store, and we got married in the most beautiful wedding chapel on the planet. The only people in attendance were our minister, who's actually just a good friend we talked into going with us and getting an online certification to marry us, and another friend who came at the last minute to take pictures and videos so that our own mothers would still speak to us. Our wedding day was perfect for us. It would not have been perfect for everyone, because then we did those things in reverse that afternoon. What I want you to know is you don't have to do things the way other people have done them. Your path to a career, to meaningful relationships, even to happiness doesn't have to look like everyone else's, or anyone else's for that matter. The absolute irony of our wedding is that it got picked up by the New York Times wedding section, and our $8 wedding was featured next to some $8 gazillion wedding for all to see. The most authentic version of you is the most compelling one, and I would submit it's also the happiest. So there you are, 5 lessons to carry with you on the road ahead. In closing, I'd like to congratulate you on your achievements as a graduate of the University of Wyoming. I'm thrilled to have so many of you joining the marathon course here in our own state. Feel free to draft where you need to and jump out front as soon as you're ready. I look forward to seeing you all out on the course. To those leaving the state for maybe a lap or two, I have no doubt you will learn a few things running your race elsewhere. But I hope you know you can always come back and finish your marathon here. And if you do, give me a call, because perhaps I'll have a few more lessons from the next lap around the course. To the graduating class of 2023, on your marks, get set, go.
And do see the video. Thank you, Mandy. We greatly appreciate those thoughts. And ready, set, go. Okay, Jack Tennant will be next. On behalf of the University of Wyoming Alumni Association, this morning Jack Tennant will offer congratulations to our graduates as they transition from students to alums. Jack is the Executive Director of the University of Wyoming Alumni Association. Please welcome Jack Tennant to the podium.
Thank you, President Seidel, and each of the deans and directors and trustees for allowing the Alumni Association to be a part of today's memorable ceremony. And to the 2023 graduates, I congratulate you on earning your degree from the University of Wyoming and becoming an alum. Now, as President Seidel mentioned, my name is Jack Tennant, and I'm a 2010 graduate and alum of the University of Wyoming. And believe it or not, I remember sitting in those chairs right there and thinking about what I was going to do with my friends and my family, after graduation. And the last thing on my mind was thinking about, what does it mean to become an alum of the University of Wyoming? Well, becoming an alum means so many things to so many different people, but I'll leave you just with a couple thoughts here today. The UW Alumni Association and all 140,000 alumni are here for you whenever and wherever you need us. Becoming an alum means that you all, because of the hard work that you've put in over these last few years, will always have a home right here at the University of Wyoming. We couldn't be more proud to welcome you to the alumni family. You may think that there's some special moment when you're crossing the stage right here that you become an alum, but the truth is you've been working at it your entire time here at the University of Wyoming. All those classes, all those late nights studying or maybe socializing, all those walks into the wind, always into the wind, across Prexy's pasture, heading to class. This entire time you've been becoming closer and closer to becoming an alum. The last thing that I would mention is that you will always be a cowboy, and there's nothing that anybody can do to take that away from you. Now, if you wouldn't mind joining me in a little bit of audience participation here, I'm gonna get out my phone, and I'd like to take a selfie video with you all. And we take this video and we send it out to all of our alumni, so as long as you give us your personal email address at some point, you'll be getting these videos in the future. But if you wouldn't mind joining me on the count of 3, saying go Pokes. Oop. You think I'd have this down by now. Here we go. Round 2. 1, 2, 3. Go Pokes! Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Jack. And graduates and alums, don't forget, I encourage you to stay involved with the Alumni Association and stay connected to the University of Wyoming as you begin the next chapter of your lives. You're always welcome back on campus. Now, it is my pleasure to invite Dr. Scott Turpin, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, to the podium to introduce this morning's student speaker. Where's Scott? Oh, there you are.
Thank you, President Seidel. Last week, I had the pleasure of meeting Angela Davis for the first time. She's a superb Wyoming success story. Angela came from a difficult childhood, struggled early in her education, and is a first-generation college student, much like myself. However, she has worked hard, learned some valuable life lessons, and is now earning 3 degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences in criminal justice, psychology, and African American diaspora studies. At UW, she is a McNair Scholar and a highly successful cowboy coach. She loves to help people and wants to make this her life's work. She has a job after graduation at UW focusing on student success and graduation. She is an inspiration to us all. Please help me welcome Angela Davis.
All right, good morning, good people. Good morning, good people. I'm sorry if you looked at your program this morning and saw Angela Davis was talking. That's the other guy, not me. I am very happy to see so many students here. Most of us barely ever made it to our 8 a.m. classes, so this is pretty impressive. I want to let everybody know that I do have a bet with a friend of mine that I could not incorporate Coca-Cola Company into my speech, and I do plan on proving him wrong. I first wanted to start off with some thank yous. Thank you to everyone here today. Parents, guardians, loved ones, thank you for supporting these wonderful graduates we have before us. Another thank you to faculty, staff, and administrative personnel for making everything we have today possible. Thank you to my mentor, Dr. Dixon, who is not just my mentor, but somebody I could rely on for advice and guidance throughout my college journey. Thank you to my husband, Braden, for staying up with me while I cried attempting to complete homework assignments. And thank you to my family. Thank you for adopting me and showing me what true and unconditional love and support truly means. And thank you to my biological family for being here today to support me. This is a big triumph for me. Getting into UW was no easy task for me. In high school, I faced adversity as I was adopted at the very young age of 16. Because of events leading up to my adoption, I did not feel loved and I did not have any self-respect. Unfortunately, I was told I was never going to college, and people like me only ended up as a statistic. Unfortunately, I believed what people were telling me. I allowed people to put me in a box and define me as a bad kid. I realized, though, I didn't want to be a statistic anymore, and I was tired of people defining me. I fought through the negative comments being spewed my way, and I applied here. And fun fact, I did not get in the first time due to my ACT scores, but I appealed the admissions decision with a letter about why I should be accepted, and spoiler alert, I was. I don't remember everything I said in that letter, but I do remember saying that accepting me into the school would be the best decision and they would not regret it, and that I would do something great with my time here on this campus. Hopefully I have done just that. When writing this speech, it was really hard to think of exactly what the university has taught me, as there have been, as you can imagine, a lot of lessons. I believe that overall this university has taught me how to be a good and supportive human. But being a good human is very broad, so I narrowed it down into 3 life lessons I believe has impacted us all some way on this campus. The first life lesson I learned in college is that other people's definitions of you do not define who you are. People may define you as the bad kid. People may define you as unsuccessful, or they might just tell you you're not smart enough to do great things with your life. People will put their 2 cents into who you really are. People will put your 2 cents into who you are, but those are just people's opinions of you. That is not who you really are. People always try to define you and put you in a nice, neat little box, but personalities are big and have never completely fit into one, so trying to is just unreasonable. If you want to go work at Coca-Cola Company, go ahead and work at Coca-Cola Company. You can make this happen. If you wanted to get into that big fancy graduate program, go get into the big fancy graduate program. Because people's definitions of who and what you are should never hold you back. And quite frankly, the only person that can do that is yourself. The next life lesson I learned is that education is way more than a piece of paper that we will be receiving. This degree we will be receiving in a few short months only says that you can be taught. You can be taught how to do statistics, how to understand and conceptualize theory, and if you were unlike me and passed biology, that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. We came here today and had plans on what and who we would be after our 4 years here. But I'm willing to guess that most of us, including myself, are not graduating today following that plan. I had my heart set on being a nurse from the time I was able to start talking. And obviously today I am not graduating a nurse. Switching majors and then adding some was really hard. How do you let go of your lifelong dream and do something you never imagined yourself doing? Through my time here, I have learned what it means to be a good human. I have learned to see outside my own worldview and expectations. But that's exactly what college is for. You're supposed to learn how to fail and get back up. You're supposed to learn that plans are simply just that, a plan, a blueprint to find out who you really are. There's a really insightful saying I learned from an ethics class, thank you, Fetzko, and it's amore fati. It means to love your fate. Fate has brought us here today so we can learn how to grow as individuals. If you also had to let go of your dream, just know that you're about to do something amazing after today. It might not be tomorrow, it's probably not even going to be a year from now, but you are going to change one person's life in your time. This is what college is supposed to do for everyone, teach you how to be you. The final life lesson I learned was that forgiveness will be the hardest thing we ever do in our lives. How do you forgive somebody who has rejected you? How do you forgive somebody who has hurt you and not treated you with dignity? How do you grow as a person and move on from the pain? They always say that anger and hatred will eat you up inside, and I never understood that until this year. It's important to remember to look outside your own worldview and try to understand that most people who are hurting you are hurting within themselves. You will never understand a stranger's story, but you can always treat them with respect. So when you're out in the world dealing with people who do not treat you with kindness, remember to forgive them. Remember that there are silent battles happening all around you at any given time, at any given moment. And by letting go of that anger you may have towards a coworker, a boss, or a fellow researcher, you will have one less battle to fight yourself. I have come to the conclusion that forgiveness is not telling yourself what has happened to you is okay or dismissible. It is letting go and never forgetting what has happened. It is telling yourself that whatever has happened to you was ultimately a good thing for you, as there are teachable moments in everything we do, experience, and survive through. In order to do this, though, you have to forgive what has happened to you. When we go out in the world with our fancy degrees, just remember to be a good human. Remember that people's definitions of you mean absolutely nothing unless you also believe it. Remember that every moment is an opportunity to learn something new, and your education can and will never, ever be taken away from you. Remember to forgive those who have hurt you and who will hurt you. We have enough to worry about in this life, and forgiveness is the first step towards a life full of happiness. And I'd like you to leave with you this quote from Epictetus, and it reads, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. That was just incredible. Thank you for your reflection on your time at the University of Wyoming, and congrats on we wisely chose you as our student speaker. I would now like to invite the chair of the Faculty Senate, Professor Renee Legreed, to the podium to present the candidates for degrees.
Thank you, President Seidel. Graduation is kind of a bittersweet moment for us faculty. We've worked with you for 4 years, plus or minus. We've encouraged you, we've graded your papers, we've supported your successes, and we're kind of sad to see you go. But we're very proud of you and wish you the very best on your next chapter in life. So graduates, as Chair of Faculty Senate, I'd like to congratulate all of you on your achievements today. President Seidel, the students listed in the commencement program and gathered here for this ceremony are eligible to receive the bachelor's degree upon satisfactory completion of the degree requirements. On behalf of the faculty at the University of Wyoming, I am very proud to present these candidates to you for your conferring of these degrees in the respective fields of study. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Legreed, for presenting the spring class of 2023 on behalf of the university faculty. With that, I would like to request that our graduates present themselves on stage for recognition by college or school, and we begin with the College of Arts and Sciences.
Provost Carmen and trustees, as the interim dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, it is my privilege to ask the degree candidates from the college to make their way to the stage for recognition.
Graduates from the Department of Anthropology, Dakota Buman. Fox Glenn Nelson. Alexis McReynolds. Callie Mae Collins. Natalie Simpson. Kelly Rohrbacher. Kaylee Ray. Colby Carmen. Clifford White. Graduates from the Department of Biology and Botany, Cole Gregory. Isabel Eisenrich. Annalise Shane Mayer. Chloe Cowan. Rena Miller. Hannah Van Tassel. Catherine Jablin. Blue Duncan Bennett. Easton Couch. Toby Coville. Anthony Castronova. Wyatt Horrocks. Jace Rasmussen. Joshua Madsen. Graduates from the Department of Chemistry. Cole Ryerson. Aaron McDonald. Emma Mueller. Claire Duffy. Kaylin Brugger. Sorry. Sage Montana. Aaron Hardy. Nicholas Bard. Adam Bratland. Graduates from the Department of Communication and Journalism. Christian Nordmeyer. Emily Smith. Annie Ripke. Alexa Prashino. Dylan Delancey. William Timberlake. Georgia Straminos. Josephine Saltz. Sabrina Swantek. Akili Bonner. Alyssa Miller. Casey Clark Malott. William Vines. Cole Thomas. James Borchard. Chloe Baker. Mitchell Sweatich. Nicole Dillon. Rebecca Loftus. Ben Bottom. Graduates from the Department of Criminal Justice and Sociology, Royal Wells. Christopher Santos. Parker Carroll. Trinity Stoles. Jim Yang. Cameron Gilroy. Patrick Sadowski. Logan Mears. Roman Sanchez Uniga. Jordan Hunt. Olivia Bradley. Madison Bearden. Thomas Cassidy. Savannah Coronel. Janelle Streeter. Zoe Sims. Tiana Marie Fishback. Haley Kerr. Rachel Pinkham. Ashlyn Spohr. Sierra Durfee. Joanna Arthur. Cheyenne Corbin. Kennedy Templeton. Marlon Barreras Garcia. Cassidy Weibel. Sophia Wood. Conlon Fields. Ryan Levine. Cody Donovan. Audrey Ruda. Andrea Anna Phillips. I still got it. Madison Looper. Danica Stone. Olivia Belton. Moss Kent. Ireland Holland. Cole Beckstrom. Kayla Husky. Carly Siren. Peyton McKendry. Benny Ortiz. Isabel Rieker. Mackenzie Armijo. Shayna Devereaux. Alexis Medina. Tori Long. Aaron Feltz. Scott Collins. Bradley Nichols. Graduates from the Department of Culture, Gender, and Social Justice. Athelia Jimenez Stedman. Angela Davis. Christina Weller. Avery McCaskill. Shira Marks. Madison Singh. Job Greenwood. Carlos Harrison. Jeremy Hollingsworth. Kaylee McMahon. Jordan Bertinoli. Graduates from the Department of English. Cameron Cloud. Passion Campbell. Kayla A. Crago. Melissa King. Shelby Dodds. Damian Patterson. Matthew Stacy. Shannon Fassler. Tristan Holloman. Kyla A. Ditches. Carissa Mosnes. Sophie Sapienza. Michaela Kocher. Elena Stewart. Anne Rowe. Keaton Bathras. Nathaniel Steele. Russell Johnson. Graduates from the Department of Geology and Geophysics. Tanner Adam. Alexandria Peterson. Jamie Oyster. Callie Knutson. Cameron Asnes. Colin Prosser. Jaden Hottinger. Frank Wright. Jeremy Reef. Roman Yushkovich. Emma Latursky. Satchel Dapane. Grayson Wallen. Graduates from the Department of History. Victor Reyes. Joshua Gaither. Evan Morgan. Val D. Hurd Jr. Jacob Strecker. Jason Sugimoto. Allison Otis. Morgan Edmond. Kirkland Yates. Elizabeth Castle. Brooke Waller. Stacy Smith. McKenna Egolf. Jade Vandal. Rebecca DeSera. Allison Brown. Larissa Roots. Patrick Cummings. Richard Brandt. Michael Carter. Graduates from the Department of Modern and Classical Languages. Amanda Salem. Shani Cruz. Graduates from the Department of Music. Caleb Hopman. Journey Jess. Amber Thompson. Elizabeth Malone. Malachi Burgett. Maydon Pearson. Tarjay Grover. Alicia Stevens. Parker Allen. Kate Hayes Siltzer. Kirsten Caskey. Ashley Gold. Ville. Stephanie Benedict. Garrett Worthington. Sean Peterson. Samantha Hensley. Graduates from the Department of Philosophy and Religious Studies. Lander Stone. Zane Bible. Graduates from the Department of Physics and Astronomy. Timothy Schroed. Aidan Ferguson. Brock Parker. Scott Orr. Reese Gardea. Agnish Pandi. Stacy Kirkland. Shannon Boland. Graduates from the Department of Politics, Public Affairs, and International Studies. Maeve Nepper. Israel Rosales. Bryant Krause. William Trimnell. Ethan Maglione. Benjamin Newell. Jennifer Traber Campos. Julie Ann Amandi Punzal. I'm blessed Nopi Jopi. Owen Schilt. Waylon Fluharty. Madison Engelby. Mason Brummel. Nicholas Schreiber. Andrew Albers. Eva Meyer. Liliana Mollett. Christopher Hood. Garrett Glenn. Micah Gugline. Ashton Love. Zachary Pitts. Brittany Fillingham. Frank Jung Lee. Roxana Ramirez. Morgan Ryan. Graduates from the Department of Psychology. Tiana Gresham. Janice Dowell. Devin Romberger. Taylor Holliday. Carly Putnam. Pedro Valentin Ramirez. Caitlin Church. Abby Phillips. Skylar Hodgins. Ashlyn Wolf. Skylar Cooley. Jody Stevenson. Rachel Kelly. Madeline Mason. Samantha Gomez. Jenna Lee. Carly March. Lana Houston. Bryce Heidman. Trevor Stanfill. Melissa McKenna. Andrew Gilbert Placencio. Nicole Alexis Porter. Elena Martin. Emma Gulkin. Kaylee Heitrick. Ashley Isom. Skylar Strofe. Jonathan Walker. Molly K. Pepper. Maricruz Sanchez Contreras. Morgan K. Martinez. Luna Adelt. Madeline Verheit. Cheyenne Robinson. Caitlin Cathcart. Sadie Wenzel. Noelle Vigneri. Charlotte Ramsey. Caitlin Gilbert. Samuel Walker. Peyton Valentine. Grace Long. Emma Dick. Ryan Hedge. Hannah Brown. Morgan Pfister. Allison Payne. Mary Cruz Alvarez. Kylie Robinson. Carrie Fauberg. Robin Harangi. Tanner Toussaint. Emma Jo Briles. Peyton Lee. Savannah Bly. Taryn Parody. Riley Claywhiter. Marta Savage. Danielle Francois. Javier Mendoza. Jacob Brunel. Breland Terry. Samuel Benton. Lauren Collins, and accompanied by Malone. Cassidy Brewer. Brandy Aiken. Nikayla Copenhaver. Curtis Silvernail. Saffron Khan. Alexis Golinvo. Samantha Harden. Chesney Mamalis. Kira Brown. Cheyenne Dyer. Danielle Specht. Kenzie Ray. Ashley Jensen. Liberty Runyon. Janessa Moore. Caroline Wilhelm. Jillian Renee Phipps. Kelly Marston. Jack Bannon. Kaylee Haig. Samantha Woolsey. Alexis Eagle. Ashley Hakala. Graduates from the Department of Theater and Dance. Blake Watson. Megan Wilson. Alexander Brown. April Sandoval Eaton. Cameron Bullard. Caitlin Soden. Heather Craig. Joshua Looper. Claire Ryan. Lauren Elizabeth Ingebretson. Katie Courier. Sydney Thomas. Rachel Gollage. Graduates from the Department of Visual and Literary Arts. Samantha Gossman. Ryan Bessie. Amber Shaw. Amanda Chisholm. Leah Schuster. Emma Sullivan. Rachel Katzman. Marika Kareen Whaley. Ryan Kovapala. Lydia Gilbert. Lauren Johnson. Ashlyn Dunn. Cole James. Michael Lane. Brittany Anderson. Kristen Chesser. Madison Malum. Sierra Roberts. Kyanna Radcliffe. Bethany Kinsvogel. Hannah Hughes. Christian Yeager. Constantine Pappas. Derek Larson. Alistair Dunnington. Elizabeth Baldwin. Kylie Schneider. Graduates from the Department of Zoology and Physiology. Dominique Jones. Caitlin Stern. Gabrielle St. Clair. Rachel Sukarski. Rimsha Asif. Christopher Berry. Michael Shang. Haley Dillon. Ryan Folk. Tedla Selassie Tyndall. Cooper Harbor. Sean Michael Codlier. Spencer Miller. Katie Legaki. Avery Potter. Brooke Abbott. Hannah Barron. Cameron Metcalf. Andrew Grossnickel. Eric Gwaltney. Samuel Shootman. Pierce Jones. Grayson Ford. Kimberly Jardy. Shelby Tartar. Manuel Gonzalez Esquivel. Charles Pauley. Madison Paget. Carson Yulibari. Gary Gassaway. Colt Duncan. Allison Dodds. Adian O'Connor. Paige Thompson. Alexia Mendez. Brenna Martin. Rachel Stonsky. Samantha Huey. Zachary Bernhardt. Dylan Shearer. Emma Lujan. Mason Jacobson. Lindsay Buckout. Nicholas Mitchell. Lydia Cleave. Sophia Robertson. Eleanor Holloway. Angela Zhu. Zoe Short. Ryan Nielsen. Lucas Sa. Joy Nguyen. Cameron Leland. Ann Smith. Danielle Ernst. Michaela Cook. Kaylee Hawkins. Serena Bowes. James Perkins. Kennedy Birch. Emma Mell. Tara Courtlever. Celeste Keelan. Marissa Stevenson. Garrett Dance. Mason Sonovy. Charles Wagneld. Alexander Mata. Eli Allen. Benjamin Pruitt. Britt Heath.
Provost Carmen and trustees, as Dean of the College of Education, it is my privilege to ask the degree candidates from the college to make their way to the stage for recognition. Look sharp, education graduates, this is your moment.
Graduates from the Department of Teacher Education, Jacob Delacath. Abigail Mortensen. Haley Wise. Brittany Thompson. JC Schultz. Raven Lucero. Caitlin Hayward. Danielle Britz. Hannah Labuda. Michaela Dawn McGee. Taylor Caraballo. Alexandra Kaiser. Giselle Pacheco. Sydney Thayer. Abby Frakes. Alexis Wingfeld. Lexi McCoy. Gabrielle Garris. Allison Hayes. Rebecca Webb. Casey Mariah Urbeta. Day Waldner. Mercedes Burdick. Sitnali Amejo Ponce. Taya Wickham. Melanie Long. Katarina Eads. Megan Butters. Tiffany Anderson. Abigail Serda. Dayanara Bruce. Madeline Kelly. Tiffany Walker. Mason Schultz. Alta Jean Jordan. Emily Kiter. Avery Castens. Anna Papadopoulos. Tava Hart. Cappy Jome West. Jamie Negebauer. Jade Medina. Trayson Rasmussen. Chantel Flores. Cheyenne Hume. Michaela Morrison. Trenton Curtis. Brianna Young. Valerie Peterson. Paige Walker. Sasha Bentley. Jacqueline Nicole Hudson. Ashlyn Sutton. Taylor Shano. Jenna Lynn Crawford. Ronald Whelan. Nathaniel Harmon. Abigail Weaver. Erica Matheny. Madeline Hutchinson. Danielle Miller. Aaron Romero. Colin Strike. Roman Smith. Julia Bulick. Nathaniel Birchinger. Joanne Mai. Whitney Moore. Kyle Lamb. Matthew Walter. Danielle Allen. Craig Hope. Chance Hofer. Francis Corrado. Jacob Marker. Mindy Songer. Jessica Church. Kaylee Dickinson. Kendra Redding. Caitlin Lane. Lily Hayes. Rayanne DeLuna. Marie Einault. Miranda Gregor-Sevich. Emily Hoops Miller. Zoe Biggs. Freddie Jao. Emma Saunders. Callie Warren. Chloe Crescent. Carlos Gonzalez. Hunter Larkin. Noel Peterson. Reuben Morris II. Abby Bryson. Sierra Babb.
Provost Carmen, trustees, as Dean of the Haub School of Environment and Natural Resources, it is my privilege to ask the degree candidates to make their way to the stage for recognition.
Linnea Rivera. Ashlyn Armijo. Julia Cook. Aaron Krieger. Vanta Coda III. Cassie Hengel. Alex Furman. Ruby Jenko. Iria Sandvik. Cameron Grimm. Walker Coberlin. Jane Ryan. Truman Boot. Atticus Class. Sean Lang. Drew Morris. Emma Kerbos Cooper. Ezra Boiler. Jacob Karish. Reese Milburn. Colin Harnish. Grayson Rudder. Sydney Hoteri. Sarah Gordon. Alyssa Sellers. Clayton Wells. Kelly Buchanan. Claire Wooden. Ashlyn Ewan. Madison Nicole Swope. Abigail Hoffmeister. Alejandro Jimenez Vesquez. Grace Rorick. Jordan Carlson. Chase Sweatland. Ian Peters. Owen Schneider. Kellen Pruitt. Stephen Johnson. Giovanni DeMarzo. Jackson Clove.
Trustees, as the Provost of Academic Affairs, it is my privilege to ask the degree candidates in general studies to make their way to the stage for recognition.
Nicholas Davis. Bradley Walgren. Kirsten Kinosovich. Joseph Begain V. Kelsey Tarver. Lydica Marie King. Celia Bennett. Ian Alleman. Juan Soto. Linda Walker. Nadia Hernandez. Corlin Sweeney. Taylor Wagner. Catherine Macis. Mercedes Martinez.
Next, Ed. Page 65.
Okay, well, that was exciting. I am pleased to now invite Board of Trustees Chair John McKinley to the podium to offer remarks and to authorize the conferral of degrees.
I would like to welcome all the friends and families that are here today recognizing these graduates. And not that I want to hold you here any longer, but I request we give all the graduates a round of applause. Graduates, congratulations on finishing your undergraduate degree. We wish you well in the pursuit of your careers. With that, under the laws of the state of Wyoming, as chairman of the University of Wyoming Board of Trustees, I hereby delegate President Ed Seidel the authority to confer the applicable degrees at this commencement ceremony. Thank you.
Okay, are you ready? You're ready. I think you are ready. Thank you, Chair McKinley. And graduates, we've now come to that essential moment in this ceremony, so please stand. All right. Okay. I see some tears. So by virtue of the authority delegated to me by the University of Wyoming Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree of your chosen field of study upon satisfactory completion of the degree requirements with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Okay? Now, if you have not already done so, I invite you to move the tassel on your cap from the right to the left side, signifying you are graduates of the University of Wyoming. Friends, family, faculty, guests, everyone stand please and join me in congratulating these new graduates. Thank you for this exciting day.
Graduates, here comes the best part. We're done. Congratulations. Nice job. 2 hours. We started at 8:30. It's 10:30. Not too bad. We ask that you please remain at your seats while the stage party and faculty exit. After the recessional, we ask that you not gather on the floor as we have another commencement ceremony coming up at about 12 o'clock. We have bins on the concourse if you would like to recycle your commencement program. The University of Wyoming 2023 Spring Commencement Ceremony is now adjourned. Congratulations.